everyone, Mihaela here at Yago Yoga. Welcome to today's core stability class. It's the second of our 6-week course. It's for beginners, but all levels will have loads of fun finding out new ways to explore their alignment and their power. Now, today's theme is focused on, again, getting into the rooting microbounce that we did last week and bringing ourselves to the pause at the end of the exhale. Nicely, slowly, softly. That pause being our wonderful energetic center. Staying there and enjoying it for as long as it feels beautiful, comfortable, wonderful. So, we're going to start with our standing centering. Feet hip width apart, standing in the middle of your mat or wherever. The middle of the mat seemed like a good centering location for me. Taking the toes off the mat, making sure you feel the body weight onto the middle of the heel, nicely distributed on that beautiful ball of the heel. And then underneath the big toe, underneath the baby toe, the heel and those 2 points, the front of the foot, are the tripod of stability. So making sure you feel the body weight with the toes off the mat, nicely distributed between the front part of the foot and the back part of the foot. And you'll hear me say that a lot of times at the beginning of the video because it's where it all starts. We're starting from the ground up. All the principles of alignment start from the ground up. It's our root. Now, bringing the toes off the mat towards your body, feel the tone in the sole of your foot, and then plant the big toe, plant the baby toe firmly onto the mat, and make sure you feel again the length of the big toe nicely activating along the mat, and then the arch, the inner arch of your foot, get a little bit higher, a little bit more toned. Same for the outer arch. So if you draw the heels out ever so slightly, and it might not have to be a movement, it might just be a scrubbing of the mat sideways. So rather than bringing the heels in 10 to 2, bringing them out slightly, you'll feel the outer arch of the foot get nicely active. And then in between the big toe and the baby toe, you might feel a bit of a lift, and that's the median arch of the foot. So you have 3 arches, 2 vertically and 1 horizontal. Then with the knees gently bent, a slight tuck of the pelvis. So you might be a bit unsure as to where that slight tuck of the pelvis is. So this is the bum sticking out like a duck. Bit of compression here, not so good. Imagine the tailbone going down. So it's a downward movement of the tailbone rather than a forward movement of the tailbone or a backward. So taking it a little bit down, and if you imagine, the spine and the tailbone sticking out, with a downward movement, there's an elongation in the lower back. There's an opening in the front of the hips. So it's our first step to keep the hips nicely open all the time, and it feels really nice on the hips. So you can keep your hips open. If you apply the same principle, you can keep the hips slightly open even when you're sitting down. It doesn't have to be standing. It doesn't have to be in a yoga pose, in lizard. It might cross your mind. It's just that slight tucking down of the pelvis, which keeps the hips nicely open, which keeps the lower back nicely elongated. And the lower abdominals kick in. That's the first part of the core that we're activating. And then we're letting a gentle sway wake up the legs. And we're getting to tune in to the nice tone. And you might feel as you're swaying towards the left, the right side is actively releasing, and the other way around. Now, you might close your eyes for this one. Just follow my cues step by step, tuning in with your body. It doesn't have to look in any particular way, you just have to feel it right. Opening the palms, out, the elbows out, the shoulders out. And you might want to take them up to the ears and then roll them down. In the meantime, keeping the sway going. Bringing the breastbone in slightly. And again, just like the tailbone, if you're unsure about how this goes, try popping the breastbone up and then bringing it ever so slightly down. So instead of the rib cage being up like this, tightening the mid back and the lower back slightly, bring the thoracic spine in a way down and up. So it has to go slightly in for it to lift. And we keep the sway going. We listen to the breath. And we notice two things. The first one is how in the sway we keep the body open and without making any particular effort, we're spontaneously activating and releasing the body. It's like a pendulum move. The body tones and releases. And the second thing that we notice the 4 stages of the breath. Ever so slightly slowing down, just a little bit. Just notice the inhale and then the pause at the end of the inhale. And then we notice the exhale, beautiful release. And then the pause at the end of the exhale. It's a beautiful moment of inner stillness, beautiful presence. You might feel it like an opening in and out of your awareness. However you might feel each of the 4 stages, but especially the pause at the end of the exhale. And we're going to stay here swaying for the next 5 breaths. Tuning into the tone of the body, from the arches of the feet, feeling the front of the feet tone, the ankles lifting, the muscles of the calves and the shins nicely strong, drawing towards the shin bones. Knees gently bent, kept open, feeling very fluid. The knees and the hips feel very fluid in the sway. The muscle activation keeps the joints open, and we're rolling around in the synovial fluid. And you notice the whole body swirling around one focal point your center of gravity. And it's the same with the breath. The beautiful lift and the tone and the openness of the inhale. Staying in that big space in the pause that follows. And then that beautiful drawing in release, which activates all the muscles of the trunk, all your breathing muscles, all your core muscles. And you're gliding into the pause at the end of the exhale. Beautiful. Now we're going to keep the same body and breath awareness in our sun salutes. So meet me at the top of your mat. Feet hip width apart, knees gently bend. Inhaling, bring the palms up. Exhaling, fold forward, hinging from the hips. Tips of the fingers down. Bring the right foot back, right knee down. Looking forward, coming up onto the fingertips, pressing through the front of the shin, through the front foot. Inhaling, opening up the chest. Smiling, exhaling, palms down, left foot back, and we are in high plank. Beautiful. It's our first plank of the day. See where it feels good. It might be a plank on the knees. That's okay as well. Coming down onto the knees, exhaling, sliding the body weight forward, lowering down onto the ground. Inhaling, cobra. Exhale, forehead down, pressing through the palms, and you're moving in that pause. Find that pause at the end of the exhale. We're moving slowly with control. You might notice the tone and the heat getting a little bit higher. Bring the right foot in between the palms. Left knee down. So we're not doing super cardio fast movements, but you might notice that because you're focusing on that beautiful exhale, the body heat will start coming up from the core. Step the left foot forward. Inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Left leg back, left knee down. Inhale, and again, lower a little bit with control. Keeping the knee over the ankle, rolling the thigh slightly outwards. Beautiful. Roll, keep the shoulders open. And exhale, bring the right foot back. Inhale, in high plank. Try to press to the four corners of the hands. Keep the ankles active. Exhale, knees down and come down. Chin, chest down to the ground. Inhale up in cobra, open the heart. Exhale, forehead down. Press through the palms, lift through the tailbone up. And inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bring the left foot in between the palms, right knee down. And again, looking forward, extending up through the crown of the head, chin slightly in and down. Beautiful. And we're stepping the right foot forward, inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, hinging from the hips, folding. Right leg back, right knee down, pressing through the tops of the fingers, pressing through the front foot, lifting through the crown of the head, keeping the tailbone slightly tucked. Beautiful. Palms down, step the left leg back, and we are in high plank. eyes of the elbows towards the front of the mat. Beautiful. Exhale, knees down, slide forward. We're keeping the elbows active. Don't let them slide sideways. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, forehead down, press up, curl the toes, lift the tailbone up, back and down. Beautiful. And inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot in between the palms, left knee down. Breathe in, open the heart. Active arms, active legs. Beautiful. And step the left foot forward. Inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale. Follow that beautiful exhale. Final round of sun salutations. Left leg back, and we're moving in that beautiful pause at the end of the exhale. Inhale, after the pause, bring the palms down, and again you're staying with those pauses. Step the right foot back. Exhale in. Inhale there. Bring the knees down. Exhale, chin, chest down. Again, stay with the pause. And then slide the pubic bone down the floor. Activate the thighs. Come up into cobra. Forehead down. Press up. Exhale. And bringing the left leg up. Exhale, bring it forward. Right knee down. Inhale there. And right leg forward. Breathe in. And exhale. Stay there. We're going to prepare for an active mountain pose. So feet hip width apart, knees gently bent, tailbone is tucked, arms are up. Breathe in and then exhale. Start a gentle bounce in your knees, an energetic bounce from your thighs. So you're activating the thighs, it's like a spring effect. Keep the tailbone down, keep the breastbone in. Now we're going to stay here for about 5 breaths, focusing on the inhale, the pause, the exhale, and the pause. Feel the lift in the rib cage on the inhale, and the slow exhale. Beautiful. You might feel your thighs, your calves, and your feet a little bit more active. You might feel like your body has a tendency to move forwards or backwards. Allow it to do so. Your body is rooting down. And as you're pressing down through the feet, feel that you're going up through the muscles. Your root and rise. Breathe in. Exhale. Hinge from the hips. Bring your thumbs in the crease of your hips. Feel where your thigh bones are, making like a small space. And take those creases back. Keep the shins back. Keep the tailbone down. Now the tailbone will want to come parallel up. Bring it down. Keep it down. Keep that lower back nicely extended. Breathe in. Bring the hands up. And we keep the bounce in chair. And you will feel the torso automatically balancing the body. Beautiful. Feel the 4 corners of the feet like they're sinking in a little bit deeper. With each bounce, you're going a little bit deeper into the floor. And with each exhale, You feel your trunk getting a little bit more active. You're like, oh my God, this looks so easy, but I'm already starting to sweat. Beautiful. Core power burning. Breathe in. Exhale, bring the hands up in a T shape and gently bounce them forward. Spread the shoulders open. Feel how this bounce of the hands gets you to make a bit more space in the shoulder joints. Like you're giving me a super big hug. And you might feel the upper abdominals also engage. And you might feel like you have a bit more space to breathe. That's beautiful. Breathe in, bring the palms together. Bring them in cactus arms, press to the four corners of the feet and come up together, come up in mountain pose with cactus arms. Breathe in there, exhale, hinge from the hips, keeping the knees gently bent, and we move to a 90 degree, bringing the elbows together on the inhale. Exhaling there. Inhaling, bringing the arms out, keeping them cactus arms. Inhale, bring them together. Exhale there. Inhale, bring them out. And let's keep the knees bouncing in case you stopped. I stopped a little to show you the cactus arms move. Inhale up, and when they're open, exhale, bring them together. Keep them close together, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale out. You might feel the hamstrings are starting to release. Beautiful. You might feel like the upper back is active. Beautiful. You might feel like each of the fingers are active. Great. Now relax the neck forward, extend it forward. Now that the shoulders are open, just like the head of a turtle comes forward. Inhaling when the arms are up, exhaling, bring them together. Beautiful. Breathe in and we come back into chair. Breathe in chair, exhale, take the arms back. And again, check your tailbone, a little bit of a tuck down. And we keep bouncing. Breathe in. And exhale, bring the palms together. Bring the right elbow by the side of the left knee and open the left arm up. Now pay attention to have both knees in line. Draw the right hip back. So not just the knee, the hip needs to be drawn back. Stay there. 3 breaths there. And bring the palms together. Inhale back to center. Exhale left. Elbow beside the right knee. Open the right hand up. And again, draw the left hip back slightly. Beautiful. Inhale, bring the palms together. Exhale, pressing to the 4 corners of the feet. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Bring the hands up. And it's time to release a little bit our IT bands. Breathe in. Take the right wrist with the left hand. Breathe into the right side of the rib cage, taking the hips towards the right. Now keep both feet equally grounded. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale back to center. Take the left wrist. Inhale, left side. Now root the left foot firmly onto the floor. And imagine when you're extending your left arm, you're not just extending the arm, you're extending the whole of the leg, the hips, the rib cage. Beautiful. Keep the tailbone slightly tucked. Beautiful. And the four corners of the feet active. And we're back. And guess what? One more chair coming. And it's a new variation. It's every class I'm bringing something new for you. Just to see how you're exploring a different part of the body. Again, we're in chair, hands on hips. Beautiful. Breathe in, bring both hands up. Exhale, chair archer, draw the left hand back. And you can go finger gun on the left hand. Just feel that beautiful engagement in the left chest muscle, your pec. And the shoulder open, the forearm, the finger, everything on the left arm working. Beautiful. Keep a little bit of a bounce. Inhale, bring the left hand up. Exhale, draw the right hand down. Chair archer on the other side. I'll turn around for you guys to see it better. And feel when you're pulling back, your wrist is kept open, your hand is fully active, your index finger super strong, shoulder is open. Beautiful. Breathe in, bring both hands up, and exhale, press up. Gorgeous. Now, stepping the feet out as wide as the mat. You might need a bit more space if your legs are longer. Now, the way we test how much space you've got, the way we test the alignment is we start knees over ankles. And we check to see if the four corners of our feet are firmly planted. And if there is a corner that's not, and if our feet are going way off the mark in terms of their support from the ankles, we bring them in. Or we bring the ankles out. So check to see how well you've got the connection between the knees, the ankles, and the four corners of the feet. That's where it all starts. Tailbone is down a little bit. Inhale. Breathe in. And bring the hands up. Beautiful. A nice gentle bounce. It's preparation for garland. Take a deep breath there. Exhale, bring the palms onto the knees and lower down a little bit. Gently sway from left to right. Keep the shoulders open. Bring the palms together. And bring the hard part of the elbows on the inside of the knees. And check to see that you've got that nice give and take in between your knees and your elbows. Your arms are working. Your muscles along the back are working. Beautiful. Now I'm gently swaying left and right, and then I'm bouncing. Keeping the shoulders open, growing to the crown of the head. Breathe in, bring the left palm in the middle, and open the right palm out. And let's do the bounce 3, 4, 5 times. And you might feel your thighs are like, wow. And bring the right palm down. Exhale, bring the left palm out. Bring both palms down, lift the tailbone up. Inhale, bring both hands up. Exhale. And now we're gonna wake up the whole body with engagement from the core. Breathe in. And we're gonna lift onto the toes with the support from the core. Exhale, lower the heels down. Inhale, come up. Stay there. Feel the drop of the pause at the end of the exhale. And bring the heels down at the next inhale. Exhale, come up. Inhale, heels down. Beautiful. And let's get the arms a little bit more engaged. Exhale. Lift up onto the toes. Bring the thumbs to meet. Doop. And inhale down. Exhale up. With engagement from the core, feel the lower abdominals, feel the upper abdominals, and feel the side abdominals, the whole trunk. That's the wonder of the exhale. That's why that pause at the end of the exhale is your energetic exhale. And one more. Beautiful. Now, you might be feeling the heat, as I am. We're off to our standing postures. Triangle first, stepping the right leg out. Woo. My thighs are really feeling that garland. Bringing the right foot out onto its heel, bringing the left foot in slightly, heels in line or heel to middle arch. Now roll the hips front towards the left side of your mat. Give yourselves a nice shimmy. Again, every standing posture, we're checking the root, we're checking the four corners of the feet. Bring the hands up. Inhale, bring them out. Exhale, bring the left hips up, left hip up, and bring yourselves, activate the right leg. You can keep a micro bend in the knee, or you can lock out the leg in its strength, pressing through the four corners, pressing, lifting through the calves and the thighs. Bringing the tailbone in, breastbone in. Inhale, bring the right hand up, and we're going to stay here, extending the right side of the body. Now we're going to stay here 5 breaths. Checking in with the alignment of the body. Checking that our hips are open towards the left. And how we're tuning into the breath. Beautiful. Rolling the thighs out. Inhaling and exhaling, bringing the right hand down and the left hand up. Beautiful. Breathing there. Looking up. Keeping the shoulders open across the collarbones. Keeping the thighs rotating outwards. If your right thigh is starting to burn, keeping the micro bend. Breathing in and exhale, bring the left hand parallel. And just to feel the side obliques on the left side, give yourself a nice bounce from the left hand. Feel that rooting bounce activate your arm. It's the same thing as with the legs. It feels like your arm is getting longer and the space in your shoulder is getting bigger. Breathe in and then exhale. Bring the right hand up like a triangle with the hands up and bouncing from the core. Beautiful, guys. 5 breaths there. In the core. Watching the inhale. Watching the exhale. Staying in the pause. And on the inhale, coming up. Gorgeous. And we're preparing for warrior 2. We're bending the right knee, and as we're inching the right leg a little bit further to widen up the stance, we're pulling back with the left hand. Now, the front knee is nicely open. We're rotating outwards on the left side, rotating outwards on the right side. Beautiful. And you might be listening to the wind. It's a windy day. Shoulders open, arms up, feeling where that center line is. And we're going to keep the bounce in the thighs and the arms, making the space of the shoulders a little bit wider. And as the hips open, as the shoulders open, guess who has more space? Beautiful spines. Breathe in, and we bring the palms up. We turn the right foot in, we rotate the left foot out. And again, we shorten the stance this time because we're preparing for triangle on the other side. Again, making sure the heels are in line or heel to middle arch. We're rotating the trunk towards, again, the right side of the mat, as you are now towards the left. Bringing the back foot in 15 degrees. Bringing the front toes a little bit in if your knee has a tendency of going inwards. Mine has a tendency of going inwards. I'm rotating the thigh to keep it open, but I'm still keeping the toes a little bit in for that arch to be super supportive. So, rotating the hips out, inhale, bringing the hands up. Exhale, right hip up. And again, we are lifting through the left hip. So we are not collapsing in it. This would be collapsing. We are keeping the hip open, and we're really activating those muscles to keep the hips opening. So even if I'm holding on the left side, I keep the hip open. And I'm elongating the left side of my body. And we're going to stay here again. Connecting to our breath. Well, connecting to our breath is really tapping into the activation of the core. So we've got the stability, the alignment, and now we're tapping into the breath for full energetic activation. Coming into the center, the energetic center at the end of the exhale. Shoulders open. Inhale. And on the exhale, bringing the left hand down, right hand up. Beautiful. Inhale there. Check to see how your front body is active, how your back body is active. Tailbone in, shoulders open. Thighs rotating outwards. Toes are active, especially the big ones and the baby ones. Breathe in. Exhale, bring the right hand parallel to the ground. And let's do a little bit of a bounce there. You might feel the outside of your arm get, so nicely active. Shoulder is away from the ear. Neck is freed, liberated. Breathe in and exhale. exhale, bring the left hand up. And again, 3 nice bounce there's. Watching our breath. And inhale, come up. Open the arms out. And we're preparing for warrior 2. Now you might have to, I have to adjust on the mat. So as you're inching the left foot forward, draw back with the right hand. Feel as you draw back, the right side of the body gets nicely toned. Thighs are active. Nice bounce. Let's get the rave on. Now, knee over ankle. Spine is central. Shoulders away from the ears. Imagine my hands tapping you gently on the shoulders and you going, ah, I didn't know I had so much space there. Beautiful. Pumping the arms. Feeling that beautiful activation along the outside of the arms, in the muscles of the shoulder blades. Breathe in and bring the palms together. Exhale, palms to heart center, stepping the back foot forward. Whichever side of the mat you're on, breathe in. Now, you see I'm shaking my tailbone. I'm just activating the crease of my hips, the four corners of my feet hip width apart, stepping the right foot back where the outside of the foot is firmly planted, and I've got cowboy hips towards the front of the mat, hips nicely square. Back leg is nicely engaged. I feel the heel pressing down, I feel the toes pressing down, tailbone is in. Now I'm keeping a medium bend in the front knee. I breathe in, bring the hands up. Exhale, drawing the left hip back. I hinge from the hips and I start folding down. Breathe in, I lift from the rib cage up, breastbone in. I'm opening up the space between the rib cage and the hips. And exhale down. And one more time. And exhale down. Keep the front leg slightly bent. And bounce in the core. Come gently to the pause at the end of the exhale. Beautiful. Breathe in, take the hands back, interlace the fingers, keep the wrists open, a bit of wrist therapy now. Fingers active and we fold a little bit more. Chin to chest, extending through the back of the neck and the head. Beautiful. Keep bouncing in the core. And see how peaceful and how powerful your breath feels. Take a deep breath in. Bend the left knee a little bit more. Step the right foot forward. Bring the palms in Anjali Mudra. Open the shoulders and gently sway the way we did at the beginning of the class, but this time letting the sway travel all the way up to your hips, exploring that beautiful space there and checking to see how the left side feels compared to the right. My left leg feels a little bit longer than the right. But that's mine. In your case, you might be feeling something different. Connect to your breath and see how it feels, the pace, the temperature, all the sensations. Beautiful. Breathe in, hand on the hips, a bit of a shaking of the tailbone. Step the left foot back. Again, about 3.5 feet. The distance is not that relevant because it depends on how long your legs are. What's relevant is that you have the four corners of the feet anchored down, thighs rotating outwards, knees open, tailbone in, and hips square. So that's the alignment. Now, there, with the right knee gently bent, inhale, keeping the breastbone in, keeping the tailbone down. We breathe in and we open up the space between the rib cage and the hip bones. We lift the rib cage up on the inhale. Inhale, bringing the hands up. And exhale, hinging from the hips, drawing the right hip back. So if I were to put a block on your tailbone right now, it would sit nicely there because your hips are square and level. Breathe in and exhale. And one more inhale and exhale. Imagine you're scrubbing your feet away from each other. You're keeping a slight bend in the front leg, no need to hyperextend it. And we're starting our bounce in the core. Energizing the arms. Beautiful. Breathe in there. Big toes are working. Exhale, take the hands back. Nice engagement in the front leg. Keeping the lift through the crown of the head, the extension of the spine. Keeping the hips level. Hands on hips, bending the right knee, stepping the left foot. And a nice gentle sway, either with palms in Anjali Mudra or palms beside the body, wherever they feel right. And again, bringing the sway a little bit in the hips. We've done a lot of hip opening and core activation. So this space, if like I touch my belly there, it should feel very warm, very open, very fluid, a nice fluidity and warmth. Beautiful feeling, beautiful. And then we finally reached our peak pose. We're going to take on from last week's peak, which was the beautiful tree. We're going to do it again this week just to see how it feels. And then we're going to add another peak variation. So the left foot is nicely planted. Nice little bend in the left knee. Hips are square, level. Don't lift the right knee up and avoid propping the right hip up. So this might happen. What I generally do is I keep my hands on my hips and I make sure I bring the right hip slightly down in line with the left. Inhale there. Exhale wherever your right knee goes towards the right, and wherever your foot goes either on the left ankle, the left shin, or up against the left thigh. Avoid putting it against the knee, so no propping. And again, I keep my hands on my hips to make sure I level them. And I lift up from the left hip and I keep the right knee down and out. Breastbone down, lifting through the spine on the inhale, bringing the hands up. Beautiful. So last week we did this. Let's bring a bit of a bounce for 3 breaths. Check in with your stability and your core. Beautiful. Breathe in there. Take the hands down towards your foot and take the right foot and roll it towards the front of the mat, and you might find a bit more space in the right hip. And I use my left hand to hold the right foot, and I bring the right hand up. Beautiful. And again, the knee goes down and out, really extending and opening the right hip. Tailbone is down, breastbone is in. I'm extending the right side of the trunk. Fingers are active. And if I check how active my right hand is, it's as active as my left foot. So if you're to draw a diagonal of activity across the body, you'll find the same intensity. And I come to the end of the exhale. And it's a beautiful pause. Open and present and powerful. Bringing the right hand down and the right leg out. Beautiful, well done guys. Now I'm going to do the other side looking at you. Stepping the right foot down, really planting it firmly. A micro bend, and I'll show you what I meant with the lifting of the hips. So this might happen as we lift the left knee up to plant the foot and use the hands a little bit, like tipping scales. You'll notice how fluid your pelvis is and how easy it is to feel it. So the shortening of the space on the left side, and we're lengthening it. And we're opening the left knee out, and we're checking to see where it fits, where it's most stable, the ankle, the inner calf, or if you want to plant it up against the thigh. Every day is different, and again, we're checking in with the hips. Are the hips level? Am I lifting through the right hip? Am I keeping the left knee open and out to the side? And I'm bringing the hands up, standing proud. A little bit of a smile, a little bit of a bounce. And you might think, oh my God, this bounce is going to throw me off. On the contrary, it's very rooting. It sends the lines of force, your legs, into your pelvic floor. And you'll feel it there. And it's like pressing the turbo button on your balance. It's like, whoa, I'm so balanced right now. Breathe in. And exhale, taking the hands down, taking the left foot and opening it out to the front of the mat, the way you're standing there. And you might be a little bit wobbly. If you change angles, that's okay. Each side is different, each angle is different. And you take it really nice and slowly, noticing your body, holding the foot with the opposite arm, Keeping the shoulder open, keeping the tailbone open. Left hand up. Beautiful. And we're there. Tailbone is in. Feel that draw up through the pelvic floor. Beautiful. And you can take a strap if you want to, any strap, a belt if you want to. If you can't reach your foot, it's not a problem. You can just hold it like this. Breathe in. It's even stronger. And exhale. Bring the foot down. We're going to take a moment again just to come to that beautiful sway of gravity. Connect to our breath before we move down to the mat. 2 more breaths. And whenever you're ready, meeting me for our boat practice. Now, we're going to start with stick pose, taking the flesh off the sitting bones, loving the flesh, giving ourselves a nice sitting bone massage. Activating the feet, especially the toes and the heels. Shoulders nice and straight. Breathing in, bringing the hands up. And exhale, half the boat. Gently coming forward, bouncing 1 centimeter. But guess where? Right here in the core. And with the sitting bones firmly planted, pressing down, you'll feel a draw up to the pelvic floor. With the knees extended, doesn't matter if you're touching the mat. What matters is to have an extension through the knees to get the psoas active. And the breastbone is in. Nice activation in the trunk. 2 more breaths there. Shoulders away from the ears. Feel the shoulders coming onto the rib cage. Beautiful. And then heels onto the mat. We take the knees and very gently, finding our balance first. Let's do a couple of heel taps. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale. And exhale, holding the knees 90 degrees. Hands up, hands by the feet. And then we're gonna crunch our core, bump the core 10 times. Starting now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now hands up, legs straight. Beautiful, guys. And if you feel that your spine is not stable, bring the tops of the fingers down. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, tops of the fingers down, low boat. 1, 10 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Don't touch the legs down to the mat yet. Bring the knees to chest. Breathe there. Two more breaths. Hold it all in the core. And exhale, feet down. And we're turning down onto our belly. Now, You know this is coming. It's locust. Breathe in, forehead down. Exhale, right leg up. Now we're going to activate the feet. So imagine the top of the foot pressing down. Bouncing the feet. Right leg first. Bringing the right leg down, left leg up then. Checking in with the back chain muscles, the muscles of your bum, the hamstrings, the calves, the lower back and the upper back. Hands stay active. So even if we're not lifting them up, they're staying active. They're ready. Beautiful. Then bringing the big toes together, bouncing both legs up. Beautiful. Inhale there. Exhale. We're going to do arms up, forehead up. Bouncing the arms and the legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg down, right hand down. Left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left palm down, left leg down, right side up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. Breathe in. Bring the palms back and then swoop them forward. Bring them slightly back and lift up into cobra. Open the heart and we're going to bounce in our core, activating the upper back. Looking underneath the eyebrows, elbows in, lifting from the upper back and the core, not the lower back. Pubic bone is pressing firmly, tailbone is in. And we're staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, guys. Forehead down, elbows underneath the shoulders, bringing the palms together. And it's our final inversion. We'll bring ourselves up into table first. And then curling the toes into dolphin. Beautiful. Breathe in dolphin. 1, 2. Now I want you to bounce the heels back, not down, back. Really feel the calves and the hamstrings and the thighs working. Keep the tailbone in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A micro bounce. Exhale. Chin past the palms and we bounce there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in our core. Inhale back into dolphin, bouncing the heels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, bounce in a mini plank. 5 times. Inhale back in dolphin. Beautiful. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knees down. Breathe in. And forehead down. Palms back. Swaying left and right into child's pose. Beautiful. And then from here, a super nice one. lying on the side of our left side, sorry, or right side, any side. Hands up, we're going to stretch our beautiful shoulders. Bring the palms together, shoulders away from the ears, and bring the left foot on the inside of the right thigh. It's side lying tree. Notice how it still keeps your core engaged. Flex the right foot or extend it. In my case, flexing it really plants the tree, gives me a bit more balance. Check in with yours. Tailbone in, breastbone in, releasing the shoulders, releasing the right side body, breathing into the left side body. Gorgeous cool down pose. And inhale, bringing yourselves back onto the other side, and change sides so that you see it. So I'm lying on my left side, legs over each other, left palm up, rotated out. And I bring the palms together for a bit of stability, and then I bring the right foot on the inside of the left thigh. Left foot is active, right foot is active. Just like the tree, but lying down. Excellent for when you feel you want a bit more balance, a bit more hip openness, a bit more core activation, but you don't feel like standing up. Beautiful. Deep breath in. And exhale, rolling on your back. Where we're going to take the knees to chest, hugging them, bringing the forehead or the nose toward the knees. Feet are active. Holding it there. Gently swaying left and right of the spine. Breathing against the thighs. Two more breaths. And exhale, lying down, feet hip width apart, palms up, eyes closed. Feeling the ground beneath the body, getting ready for Shavasana. Corpse pose, if you feel like there's any adjustment that you need to make yourself more comfortable, do so. Feel where the body is touching the clothes and where the body is dropping its weight on the ground. Allow the body to be heavy and soft. Quickly scan the body from the feet to the head. And notice any areas that might feel hot or cooler, tenser or more relaxed. And as you're scanning the body, you might notice that the body still holds a particular tone, a particular weight, a particular heaviness, and that at any point the body is willing to release it. And as you're lying down on the ground, with no resistance, you're non-verbally communicating to your body that it's okay to let go. And you'll notice the same tone that the body is holding turns into release. And your body's letting go, part by part. Some parts letting go sooner than others, dropping their weight into the ground and giving way to a feeling of lightness, of weightlessness in the body, of spaciousness. Same for the head and the face. You might notice you're unclenching your jaw. You're untensing your cheeks. You're dropping the frown in between the eyebrows. You're releasing the tone of the eyes in their sockets and the nostrils. There's a beautiful releasing, letting go, drawing down sensation. And you feel like the ground is coming to meet you, to hold you. To support you. this beautiful letting go sensation, you draw your attention to your breath, breathing a bit more slowly. Feeling the beautiful spaciousness and the lift and the lightness of the inhale. Resting there in the pause that follows, a natural pause. Doesn't matter how long it takes. It's just a moment of stillness in that tone, opening out awareness and energy. And then exhaling slowly, gliding into the pause at the end of the exhale. Meeting the beautiful release into stillness. An effortless presence, like an opening out of awareness. A feeling of omnipresence in your body, in your breath, in your mind. You might be feeling like you're breathing right into the core of your being. A sensation of being so deeply centered, physically, energetically, and mentally. Being in one place. It might feel intense, like you're totally there. The whole of you. It's a beautiful space and it's a beautiful place to feel your physical power. A beautiful physical traction in the whole of your body, grounded and centered. To feel your energetic power, beautiful warmth and heat, and your mental power, your drive, your intention. The clarity of intention. Take a moment to feel it, to live it, to be it. Breathe in deeper and deeper into it. Breathe into your fingers and your toes, your arms and your legs. Gently move them. Keeping the eyes still closed, roll onto your right side. Give yourselves a nice body stretch. Bring the knees to chest. Give yourselves a nice hug and a kiss. Bring the palms on your face and gently open the eyes in the darkness of your palms. Very slowly, meet me in easy cross-legged whenever you're ready. Thank you guys for today. Wonderful practice. Very grounding, but also raising the energy. I'll see you next time for more core adventures. May all beings know freedom. May all beings know light. And may all beings know love.